Welcome back. We came across a story in the Wall Street Journal recently. It caught our eye. Headline read as follows. The U.S. marches towards state capitalism with American characteristics. The subhead, if I can say it correctly, was even more intriguing. It read as follows. President Trump is imitating the Chinese Communist Party by extending political control ever deeper into the economy. Yesterday, I spoke with someone quoted in that piece, Barry Naughton. He is a professor from the University of California, San Diego, with expertise on the Chinese economy. Here's part of that conversation. How do we define state capitalism, and why is it such a divergence from what our history has been in this country, with the exception of wars or pandemics where interventions were involved at the state level for quote-unquote emergency bases?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, China succeeded up until recently by having the government step back, right? Of course, they started out with a completely government run economy. But as the government stepped back and let the private sector flourish, that's when the Chinese economic growth miracle really took place. And so, as a kind of compromise between political control that they wanted and economic growth, which they desperately needed, they developed a kind of sort of state capitalism where the government intervened everywhere and state-owned enterprises were important, but really the driver of the economy was the private sector. And that's why it makes sense to call it, state capitalism.
The Wall Street Journal footnotes these examples of President Trump getting involved, demanding that Intel's chief executive resign, requiring 15% for certain chip sales through export licenses granted by the president. Also, getting involved in the Nippon Steel takeover of U.S. Steel, giving the president a golden share and control over. All of this is putting Washington right in the boardrooms.
Yeah, exactly. And we had another example today where President Trump called for Goldman Sachs to fire their chief economist because he didn't like his predictions, which is a sort of crazy step along the same line. And the funny thing is, what we see in China today is over the last 5 years, they've intensified this kind of control. And this model, which arguably worked for 20, 30 years, really isn't working for China anymore. So it's especially ironic that China and the United States both seem to be intensifying this kind of political control.
And one of the risks, as I read through this, Barry, is that when there's so much state involvement, China or the United States, you distort markets, you confuse other corporations, you create other rivalries, you open the door for cronyism. Essentially, you allow for government-involved, government-induced market distortions.
That's absolutely right. And so right away, you see just a less efficient economy. And one of the funny things about China is we see this kind of blowback already, even after a increased politicization that really started about 5 years ago, 2020, 2021, after the COVID lockdown started. Xi Jinping really started to intervene in every aspect of the economy. And guess what? We already see the negative effects. We see slower growth, slower productivity growth, and really erratic policy making that has people sitting on the sidelines guessing. So it's really has very significant costs.
And Barry, when you talk to the White House about this, they say President Trump has to rattle cages. He has to get in the boardroom in order to shake up the hollowing out, the deindustrialization of America. And this is the only way, and it's the most efficient way to do that. Evaluate that.
Well, it sounds plausible. And if we could see a coherent strategy on the part of President Trump to carry through with this, then it might be convincing. But in every specific area where you look, you see these increasing doubts created by the fact that President Trump might think one thing on Monday and something quite different on Tuesday. I mean, for instance, what's our policy towards technology controls with respect to China? Well, it just changed, and it changed yesterday and it changed 2 weeks ago. And so nobody really knows for sure. If we want to bring that manufacturing back to the United States, We need a stable, consistent policy so the businesses can say, all right, it's going to be worth my while to invest in this because I know that American policy is going to be there for the lifetime of an investment, which is, these are investments that take 2, 3 years just to make. And the profitability calculation is based on 20 and 30 years projection. And so we need that kind of stability very, very seriously.
Barry Naughton, I appreciate the time and the expertise. Thanks so much.
My pleasure.